Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my recommendations for the Beauty Insider event that is happening at the end of this week. And it's 2 weeks, 2 weekends or something. I don't know. I'm going to give you guys the 411. But this is exhausting because we just had one. I just filmed a recommendations video. I'm trying to not have anything overlap. Obviously, a lot of things have come out since then. So what I'm going to do is, again, try to not overlap. There's more skincare in the first one that I did than there is going to be in this one. So I'm going to link that one down below. So watch both so you get a good idea of what I would suggest. And then I'm also going to tell you guys what I plan on purchasing this go around. The first set of dates are October 26th through 29th. And I believe that that is Rouge only, and I will have the codes and everything down below, and you're getting 20% off. The second round of dates is November 2nd through the 5th, and again, Rouge 20% off. And from what I've heard, VIB should be able to shop at this time with 15% off, but I've seen no codes, no exact information on that. So I have no idea really what's going on with that. So I'm just going to leave any updated information that I can find down in the description box below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into my recommendations. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you guys what I know I'm going to be picking up. I'm going to start off with a foundation I've been wearing frequently, recently, but also a favorite previously. Okay, the La Mer Soft Fluid Foundation. I wear this in the shade Linen. This is what I have on right now. If you've been wondering about this foundation, getting your 15 or 20% off is definitely a nice little chunk of change taken off of this foundation because it's either $115 or $120. So you're getting $20, more than $20 off, and this is just one of my absolute favorite foundations. Like I said, I've been wearing it a lot recently. And then I have two concealers that I would like to recommend that are both brand new. The first one is from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm so glad that she has some things on the Sephora website so that you guys can get the discount on it. This is the Magic Away Liquid Concealer, and I have the shade number 4. This is pretty much good for everybody. I don't see anybody really not liking this. I think if you're oily, you might get a little oilier just a little bit quicker, but overall, I think just about anybody, dry skin, mature skin, lines, no lines, everything, I think everybody can use this concealer. And then the second one is from Cover FX, and it's the Power Play Concealer. This I have been reaching for, not as much as my Born This Way or this guy right here, but this is such a really great natural looking concealer. It's thin, lightweight, it's hydrating. It's not too hydrating to where you look like you're shiny or anything like that. It doesn't mess with my pores. I just think this is a really great concealer option. For lips, I want to suggest some of the new satin mattes from Tom Ford. The first shade is London Suede. So this is a darker nude right here. So what it looks like. And the other one is not on the Sephora website, but there's one that I want to suggest, and I'm probably going to pick it up as well. Let me see what the name of it is. It's like La Nude. It's a name I can't pronounce. La Nudite. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it on the screen. I don't have a swatch of this, but it is beautiful. It's darker than SS19, which is one of my absolute favorites. I think this one's limited. So this is SS19, not on Sephora, and this one is London Suede. It's in between that and just a little bit more on the beige side. So I think I'm also going to be picking that up, but I really like this formula. If you've been interested in the Pat McGrath balms, I would go ahead and grab them, or any of the other lipsticks. The Matte Trance are amazing, and the Luxe Trance Donatella, absolutely love it. But this one right here is the Lip Fetish Sheer Color Balm in the shade Blow Up. I have been really enjoying this right here. It's not a whole lot of color, so you can see that's just like 2 swipes, but it makes my lips feel really, really great. And I have, like, this is my favorite balm I have ever used. So if you've been considering these, again, discount, great time to try them out. Another thing from Charlotte Tilbury, this is one of the most beautiful powders I have ever used, ever seen, ever touched, ever anything. It is gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And this is called the Magic Powder for Under Eye and Face. You can set your makeup with this, you can buff with this. There is a bronze shade, there's 3 different shades, and the darker shade, if this did not have cornstarch, I'm telling you, I would use it for my bronzer. It is so beautiful. If you've used this powder and you like it, you should try the deepest shade for bronzer. I'm telling you, it's absolutely stunning. I have the pink shade, I think it's number 1. There's also a more yellow shade, and then again, that bronzier shade for deeper skin tones. But this powder makes you look radiant without looking sparkly, without really emphasizing anything. It blurs, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I highly suggest getting your hands on this. I do want to mention, if you didn't watch my updates, it does have a little bit of a smell to it. I've explained it a few times, but it's because of the ingredients being better for your skin. It has not gone bad, but I don't want to keep reiterating that. So I do suggest that powder. My babies. These are my babies. I'm telling you, these are my babies. I love them so much. It's the Milk Makeup Long Wear Gel Eyeliners. I am obsessed with these. I've been wearing them every single day. I have 2 of them on right now, the black one on my top inner rim and the nude one on my lower inner rim. They do not budge. They don't get on my contacts. I love the Marc Jacobs ones, but my problem is they always, I don't know why, but they always get onto my contacts, and these are smooth and creamy like those. Without that happening, and the longevity is there. They have several different colors. I have brown, I have a bronzy brown, and I have a black, a nude, and like a holographic kind of looking one. But if you're interested in these, or you need just a good black or brown liner that's not going to move, these are amazing. And they have on the end a little sharpener as well as a little smudger, so if you wanted to smudge out the line. And don't get confused like I did, because I kept trying to twist the bottom. You twist right here to be able to twist it up. I'm telling you, like for 5 minutes I couldn't figure it out. That's me though. I have to suggest this next one because I am in love with it. I've been using it so much. This guy right here, this is the Hot TRYST Holiday Palette from NARS. Look at this packaging. This formula of highlight is one of the blinding ones, and the formula of the blushes you're going to be able to use on light skin tones, deeper skin tones, and even this right here is going to work. I would say, I can't wear it alone. I would say this is going to work up to medium tan, but I don't think that's necessarily going to look great on somebody with a really deep complexion. Probably because it's going to go a little bit more gray, but overall this is such a gorgeous and beautiful formula. Love this. Another highlighting palette from Charlotte Tilbury. You see, this is why I'm telling you guys not to worry about the Pillow Talk palette, because remember when this was an online exclusive and it was only going to be on her site? Yeah, well, it's at Nordstrom now and it's on Sephora, so just wait on that Pillow Talk eyeshadow palette, because I would recommend that one too if you got it. But look how dirty this thing is. This is the Gold Bar palette. If you like an intense highlighter, this is for you. They're super smooth too, and again, going to work for everybody. I don't see a skin tone that is not going to be able to use this. I can mix these two. I can't wear this one alone, but I can mix these two and make it work. I love this. I think that these are absolutely stunning, like one of my top highlighting palettes. Let's get into some eyeshadow palettes because I feel like I have a lot here. I'm gonna start off with, you guys are gonna get so tired of my videos because I'm talking about the same stuff over and over and over again, but It's necessary. The Bronze Seduction palette from Pat McGrath. I will also say that I'm going to go ahead and suggest picking up any of the 3 new minis. I'm going to insert them on the screen right now. I still haven't gotten mine. It was supposed to come today. Has not come. I don't know. I guess it's going to be here tomorrow, but I am so confident in her formula and how consistent she is that if you were looking for one of those, go ahead and pick them up and get your discount on them. Now this is the Bronze Seduction palette, my favorite of the large ones. So again, great time to pick this up. Saving, oh, you're saving so much money. I know she did 10% off, I think with this palette, yeah, 10%, but if you can get 15 or 20, even better. I'm so glad that I have something from NATASHA DENONA to be able to recommend for you guys. The gold palette, again, talked about this in my updates. Love this palette. If this is something that you are interested in, I am definitely going to tell you my name is behind it and I think it is beautiful. I think that this is one of my favorite palettes that she has ever put out. Quite honestly, it's very nice. Sorry if I'm just like buzzing straight through these, but I feel like I don't want to make this an hour-long video, and you guys have heard me with reviews and everything else on these, so I'm just telling you guys my suggestions without being like, oh, a full review. We also have the Sultry palette. I love this little guy. If you are into cool tones, or if you're intimidated by cool tones, I think this is a great palette to start off with because I don't think it is hard to use, not hard to blend, and they're not so overly cool toned that it's going to make somebody look like they have, you know, like muddy eyes. You know what I mean? I can't spit it out. But then the range of shimmers in here is gorgeous. So like if you wanted to use the cool tones, but then have something soften it up just a little bit, like with this rose quartz, this is such a great palette for somebody who wants to dip their toes into something cool toned without it being like terrifying. Another cool toned palette, got it on my eyes today. Nude Pop Kevyn Aucoin. If you have not picked this up, please go do it. Just go do it. This is so good. I have this paired with one of the Marc Jacobs See-Quins eyeshadows, and I'm telling you guys, this is so stunning. This is an everyday palette, and this is a pop palette as well. I cannot say enough good things about this, and this is limited edition, so get it while you can. 2 more eyeshadow palettes, and I'm going to mention this one because this has been one of my ride or dies for quite a while, and it's one that I really gravitate towards a lot recently, and I've talked about it in my favorites. This is the Cocoa Mirage palette from Tom Ford. This is a neutral, so not cool, not warm, just right in between. Everyday looks, and also you can get a great smoky eye out of this. If you want something that is going to blend itself, it's Tom Ford's Cocoa Mirage. You just absolutely can't go wrong with it. It's also my favorite, absolute favorite palette from Tom Ford that they've ever done. I do want to get my hands on some of the new quads, but I'm like waiting for all of them to release to decide which ones. Orchid, is it Orchid? I don't remember the name of it, but I am definitely looking forward to those. I'm going to suggest just one of the new Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes in Amethyst. I love the purples in here. I think this is such a well done purple palette. Like, it's so pretty. And again, this little center shade right here, oh, it has my heart. I absolutely love it, and I've done a tutorial with it, so if you're curious, look it up. But if you were thinking about buying just one, this one is my favorite. Now, I mentioned that I had the See-Quins eyeshadow on my eyes. I definitely suggest picking up one of these if you've been interested in them. I have Flashlight. That's this one right here. It is a more, it's an opalescent, it's kind of chunky. Let's see if I can get a swatch out of it. Look at it. Like, it's so pretty. And on my eyes right now, I have Topaz Flash. You can see it right here. I feel like I can't really get a good swatch of this one on my hand, but that's Topaz Flash. And these are the See-Quins Glam Glitter eyeshadows. And then the last one is Gleam Girl. Topaz Flash and Gleam Girl are my favorites, but I mean, I like all of them. They're all beautiful. That's this one right here. Let's see. Yeah. Topaz Flash paired with that nude pop from Kevyn Aucoin. I just think this is stunning. Like, I love them together. I also want to suggest this gloss right here from Marc Jacobs, part of that whole collection with the ones with the gold top. This is called Shine a Light, and I really want to put it on right now, but anniversary date, I'm trying to keep something matte for puffin'. But this would look so good together. This would be so pretty. This is like a gold and pink and peach. Oh, let me see. I don't know if you guys can see the swatch on camera, but again, I have a full video on it. I love this. I did not think I was going to like this that much, and I do. I absolutely love this. I love it by itself, and I love it on top of things. It gives a nice shift without it being overwhelming, but I feel like it's going to complement everybody, every skin tone. It's not too opaque. It's also not too sheer. It's so beautiful. Now there's two skincare items that I did not recommend in my last video, so I'm gonna recommend them now. So this is the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. I talked about this in my updates video. This is really, really nice, and I think the price point on it is really good too. It's part of the Clean at Sephora, and it's an AHA resurfacing night serum. This really does work. I've been testing this out for a few months now, so it's not something that I've been using for 2 weeks and I'm telling you guys I like it. But if you guys have been wondering about this, it's really a nice one, and I am even considering picking up more from that brand. They sent me that, but they have like honey moisturizers and stuff, and I'm like, do I need that though? And I also just want to revisit this guy right here. This is from La Mer, and it's the Renewal Oil. I've talked about this before, I've suggested it before, but it's been a while since I have spoken about it. This is like my favorite oil I've ever used on my face, and it's one that doesn't break me out because I'm kind of sensitive. Some work just fine, some break me out to high heavens. I haven't figured out what the differences are, but this is so, so nice. I like to use it on the back of my hands. I use this any night that I am not using my Retin-A and I'm gonna do like a real deep tissue, like I want a lot of moisture. I put it on my hands and I dab it all over, and I go around the edge of my hairline because that's where, like, I bleach my hair a lot, so I can get kind of dry around here, and it takes care of it immediately. It's so, 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 so good. Like my favorite oil. Right now, I'm going to share with you guys the things that I know that I am going to pick up other than what I've already mentioned in the video. So the first thing I'm going to get is the Beauty Blender Cleanser Solid Pro. This is a huge one for $45. I get asked a lot how my brushes stay so white, and my eyeshadow brushes, I wash them after every use. My face brushes, I will clean them like every 2 weeks or so, or when I feel like they really need it. But my eye brushes, I wash after every use, and I love to use the solid because it really gets everything out. My brushes don't get dried out, they don't get frayed or anything like that. I love that stuff. I'm also going to be picking up a Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the shade Pound Cake because I'm really close to running out of mine, so I know I need a backup. I love that powder. I use it every single day. And then I also need a backup of the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit Cosmetics. I can tell that mine is starting to get to the point where I know I have like 2 weeks left, and then it gets funky. So picking up one of those. And the Tatcha Pure One Step Camilla Cleansing Oil. I use this every single night. You can use it by itself, but I use it to dissolve my makeup, and it makes my skin feel so nice. So I'm definitely going to pick up one of those. And then I'm probably also going to pick up another of the Deep Cleanse because I think I'm halfway through mine. So I want to get that 20% off. And I definitely think it's time for a new Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. You see I'm a little bit low on here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those. The best pore filling primer ever. And then, because I haven't decided anything that I want to use on my lips in stick form, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Laneige Kiss and Make Up set. So there's a full size of the regular one and then 3 minis, which that's how I started with Laneige, was with one of those like deluxe size samples, and they last forever. And it's $3 more than I think the normal, no, $8 more than the normal. So I was like, let me go ahead and just pick it up. I hate, it's not that like I have to dip my finger in and put it on. It's that in the middle of the night, I always end up reapplying. And then like, I don't want to get out of bed and get a tissue and do whatever. So a lot of times I end up taking my finger and rubbing it on the back of my hand, and then I'm trying to go back to sleep. So I wish I could find one in a stick or something that wasn't, you know, that I didn't have to use my finger with, but I'm just going to suck it up and buy that set. I totally forgot to mention that I'm also going to be picking up the Huda Beauty Nude palette. Now this comes out the day before the second end of the sale starts. So I might just go ahead and buy it before the sale, but if you're looking for this, you might be able to, as long as it doesn't sell out, get it on the 2nd. So this is also something I am going to be picking up. Anywho, that is it. That is all of my recommendations, and that is everything that I am going to pick up. Again, there's more that I would recommend, but I've done a video so recently. I would definitely suggest checking out my first one that I did for that random sale that we had, I believe in August. I will link it down below. I'm going to link my updates video down below and any kind of information that I can find out that I didn't already tell you about this sale. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Happy shopping, and let me know what you guys are planning on getting. I'll see you guys in my next video. I am headed out of this house. Bye guys.